back when I used to do a lot of traveling as an automotive journalist and bounce back and forth all over the world every week, it's going to sound really, really funny, but one of the highlights for me of going to Europe was being picked up at airports and events and whatnot in European style passenger vans that are essentially minivans that are unapologetically utilitarian. They've, for the most part, they're either Mercedes vans that are diesel with a manual transmission, or they're Ford Transits similar to this one, where the seating is upright. They swallow cargo like crazy depending on how they're configured. They're just an all-around utilitarian vehicle that's unapologetic in their capabilities. It's not like the minivans. You think about North America, we used to have minivans like crazy, but quite often they carried cargo or they carried people, but they didn't carry either really, really well because they had to be styled in a fashion that was appealing to mass market. These European style vans are upright, boxy, usable, and that's it. So now what we're sitting in here is a 2019 Ford Transit Connect. It is, that said, it isn't apologetic in any way for its utilitarian basis. However, this one has been tarted up a bit. This is the titanium edition, and it's got every potential option that Ford has become known for. It's excellent Sync 2. Is it Sync 2, Sync 3? Whatever. The most current version of Sync is in here. And it, now it works really well. People didn't necessarily like the first one. This one works great, and I just love it. It's got this massive panorama skylight, adaptive cruise control, automatic up and down on all four windows, which I thought was interesting, USB ports for the front and rear seat passengers. What else is in here? Something I absolutely love. One of my most favorite modern features is automatic high beams. I know it sounds lazy and it sounds silly, but when you do nighttime rural driving, it's just a beauty. You don't have to worry about blinding the oncoming guy because you forgot to turn your high beams off. The technology does it for you. And now as the dark is coming sooner, we're into September, it's a really nice feature. I like it a lot. We've carried all kinds of stuff in it this week, from a big baking rack that fit in beautifully along with a whole bunch of other boxes and stuff. It's got all the seats fold more or less flat to give you a flat floor loading surface. I will say that the seats are difficult to operate until you figure them out. They're not bad once you figure them out, but I had to pull out the owner's manual, and even the owner's manual wasn't quite as descriptive as it possibly should be. Putting the seats down the first time took a little bit of work, but beyond that, incredibly useful. The back seats are comfortable. We've only used them a couple of times. It's capable of towing, which a lot of minivans either weren't or they didn't come equipped. This thing's got a hitch on it. It's great. We didn't tow with it. And what else is going on? Fuel economy. We're the first ones to drive this van, so it hasn't done any of its self-learn features or any of that stuff yet, because computers do take a while to settle into a rhythm to give you the best fuel economy. And yet we managed during our week to get 10.2 liters per 100, which, you know what? There's an awful lot of crossovers out there that get 12 and 14 liters per 100. So I'm pretty impressed with this 10.2. So I suppose that's where it comes down to the end of this. I've enjoyed driving it. I don't want to give it back. I really think if you're in the market for something that you need to move people, but you also need to move stuff, instead of looking at a full-size SUV or crossover, have a look at this Transit Connect. You might be quite surprised that you really like it. Don't forget, if you're in the east end of the GTA, visit us at the Garage Cafe. We're at 105 Consumers in Whitby. Visit us online at thegarageguy.ca. You've already found this video, so you've found us on YouTube, but we're also big on Instagram. So have a great day, and thanks for watching.